The opinions expressed on this program are those of the program hosts and guests and are not necessarily those of WSTU. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time for Martin County Movers and Shakers. And now, here's your host.
Well, hello, everyone. Anna Valencia Tillery here, your happy hostess with the mostest. Welcome back to Martin County Movers and Shakers, brought to you by White Glove Moving and Storage. Proud community partners. So excited to have this broadcast to help educate our listeners of the various nonprofits and events, as well as organizations throughout our community that really help make our beautiful Martin County and the surrounding area such a special place to live, work, and play. That's why people are moving here every day, fallen in love, rightfully so. April 11th, just a couple days away, yours truly, in conjunction with the Women's Council of Realtors of Stewart and Martin County, will be unveiling our annual Progressive Builders Luncheon. This is really a great and unique way, whether you are a realtor or a prospective home buyer, to check out some of the behind the scenes meet and greet the actual builders and their representatives and learn some of the details of the communities. I know that oftentimes in a seller's market like it is, your house might sell so quickly, and that new home of your dreams that you're hoping to build is still months away. Fear not, at White Glove Moving and Storage, we will happily keep all of those precious items and various pieces of sentimental value, furniture and artwork and the like, in our climate-controlled, fully secure storage facility until it's ready for delivery and proper placement in your beautiful new home. If you're interested in making a reservation for that April 11th luncheon, check out wcrmartin.org. You can RSVP and reserve your ticket online there. In the studio, I have back with me a great guest, Miss Candace Callahan. She is so dynamic. She helps head up corporate gifts with the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast. That's one hat. Mm-hmm. One stylish hat. Yeah. Then the other stylish hat focuses on making an impact on creating positive leaders for our community with the young professionals of Martin County, serving as the executive director. Thank you for coming back onto the program.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be back.
I am glad for it. You have a very busy month. So for you taking time out to meet with us is really exciting. I know that there is sometimes I don't want to say stigma, but there's like this, like, where are all the young people when folks move into the communities, whether it's Indian River County, Martin County? I hear that a lot. And Absolutely. I think it's important for folks to know that we exist. We're just also very busy professionals.
Absolutely.
And as a result, there was a special group that was formed to help identify them and mold and allow for a excellent opportunity for networking and the like, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's YP is such a special thing. It's evolved. It definitely has evolved. Like anything in business, I think. We started in partnership with the Stewart Martin Chamber of Commerce. And
you see that a lot. Different chambers will have like a young professional, or
most chambers
established professional
have a YP in network. So we had that relationship for a couple years, and we decided to disband ourselves, like kind of disconnect ourselves. It was mutual, and YP decided to continue on and try to fulfill their mission and bringing young people together and helping build and mold young future leaders of this community. But not only that, I think you look at young people today, and like you said, they are movers and shakers.
Oh, right.
They're ambitious and they're hungry. And I've seen the group change over the years, and we're starting to listen more to what the current young demographic is looking for. I thought it was a learning experience for me that a lot of my members at first didn't know what networking meant, because we're so used to social media. So I explained it to them. Well, it's very much like you're networking on your social media and you don't even know it. And
fair point. Yeah.
And so I really try to have a lot more casual events networking events, so that way they don't feel intimidated, because that was some feedback that we were getting, that we were intimidated because we have the word professional in our name. They're expecting to walk into a room with
Suit and
suit and
ties
ties and all of
Mhm.
that, and not a lot of us are like that. I mean, define what a professional is today.
They can be
And
very
it can be
transient. I mean,
absolutely.
you can be closing deals on the beach these days.
Absolutely, which is great. I mean, I think you can get more work done. I think you're able to be a lot more efficient these days, and so it's been such a great experience to see this, to be a member of this group, and then now to be their executive director and to help bridge the gap between our young people and our chambers of commerces. I love our chambers.
And
Each
Martin
one of them.
County is blessed to have several.
Absolutely, yeah. And I belong for the Humane Society. I belong to all 5 of them,
Smart.
so it's a lot. It's a lot.
So you have a busy
I
schedule.
do, but it's all great. I love it. I love my job, and I love representing YP. So I think, we operate similar to a chamber of commerce, but again, we're more casual because we're appealing to a younger demographic. So we're here for them, and but we operate this very similar, very similar.
In the
And
sense that it is a pay for your membership.
you pay for a membership. You get certain, benefits. We have membership is only $75 a year right now, and
And it gets you an online
yeah,
listing.
you get on our website, and you get shout outs on our social media. You get the opportunity to speak and engage with great business leaders in our community. So those are great connections to make, and we help open a lot of doors that way. And you get 12 events for free. We do more than 24 events. So you get 12 events for free as a member, and you also get the other events discounted because you are a member. So there's a lot of great perks. And I think just being a part of the group and meeting new friends, because I mean, I'm big on relationship building. I mean,
I
you and I
concur.
both are in the business of building relationships, and I feel like that's the backbone of a lot of people's success. And that's what this group is really about. It's centered around connecting young Martin County with like-minded individuals, and the amount of successes that I've seen come out of this group has been amazing.
The first lunch I went to, Benzie, who is a local realtor who
Mhm.
I enjoy immensely, he was phasing out as serving as president.
Correct.
And the energy in the room was so positive and so encouraging. And I heard success stories of how, not that they necessarily all do business with each other, but how they were able to talk to somebody in their own circle of influence, whether it was a family member or a colleague, and was able to refer out their trusted YP contact to say, this is who you need to link up with, and we can make this happen. And it was a seamless thing. So as I'm sitting there enjoying a great lunch, enjoying a great program, I just raised my hand and said, Candace, here you go, charge it. I am joining. Member, just happened.
I'm so happy to hear that you had a positive experience, but I hope that that's the case for everybody that comes to our events.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody, for sure. And I encourage, even though, again, our program focuses on the 21 to 39-year-olds, there's something for everybody. I've had retired community citizen, people that live in our community who were getting word of YP, and they wanted to just come and see
Check it out.
He's literally told me, he goes, I just want to see what you young people are always doing around here.
Well, there you have it. Come on
I was
by.
like, yeah, come, please sit with us. So it's really great, and I love that we've grown so much, and we're really involved. We do a lot of different fundraisers at our events for local nonprofits, and we.
You really do believe in volunteerism. Clearly, that's in the background.
Yeah,
backbone of what you do.
Connect, serve, and educate is our tagline. That's our 3 focuses.
I love
Absolutely,
that.
yeah. Connect, educate, or serve and educate. And we've already connected. We're already connecting people with each other. We're serving our community by giving back, but also volunteering, and then educating by having key influential business leaders come in and educate us on how to fill their role someday and to be a leader in this community. And
No better person to hear what is expected of a young professional than from the
Absolutely.
leaders that are the
Right.
employers.
I'm always
and-
asking, we're always asking, like, our corporate sponsors, partnerships that we have in the community, our Chamber of Commerce's, we're always asking, well, what do you expect from us? What do you see YP accomplishing in this community? And it's been great. Yeah.
Let's touch on some of those amazing corporate sponsors, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So I have, and I love how you've beautifully displayed all of their logos. And I'm sure that some of them have been with the organization longer than others, but feel free to
Yeah.
rattle off a few. won't ya?
Yeah, Carr Riggs and Ingram CPAs and advisors. What used to be Proctor Crook and Crowder here in Martin County, they're now a national CPA and advisory firm. They've been with our organization for quite a long time. Tobacco Free Partnership of Martin County has also been a corporate sponsor for many, many years. We have a lot of our local nonprofits: Florida Oceanographic Society, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Martin County and Palm Beach counties. We have Boys and Girls Club. We have Madison's Miracles. One of my favorite individuals, and I'm sure you know him as well, Dr. Brian Moriarty with Loving Chiropractic of Stewart.
Heart of gold.
He has a heart of gold and a
Mhm.
personality like no other. He
Boot.
he
Yeah.
is so fun, and he gives amazing adjustments, by the way. So if you're in need, go see him here in Stewart. And
Like
then
if you choose to do your old moves, silly goose, you should have hired White Glove.
That's a good yeah, that's absolutely true. But yeah, we have, I mean, all kinds of different businesses. Team Parks general contractor, they're a great partner of ours. Hog Technologies, which was formerly Water Blasting Technologies. I don't know if you've ever met Maria, but she is wonderful, and they've won some business awards here in Martin County, and they're really influential in this community right now, and they're doing really great work. So yeah, a little
Oh,
bit of
that's
everybody.
awesome.
Yeah, we're very, very thankful. And TC Palm, of course, is one of our major partners in the community, and we're really looking forward to our after hours there on the 18th of this month. They're going to be hosting us, and we're going to be watching their Florida Voices documentary,
which is incredibly powerful.
I've heard, and I'm so sorry I missed the launch of it when they had their event at Ground Floor Farm here in downtown. But yeah, I'm looking
We get to
forward
do it on round 2.
Exactly.
We can always make
Yeah.
up for lost time. It's Thursday, April 18th, 5:30 to 7:30. Members are just $5, non-members $10.
Yep.
15 at the door.
Yep.
So,
So you're gonna want to pre-register.
pre-register.
It saves you money
Mhm.
and time.
It's brilliant.
Mhm. Yep.
And again, that's at ypmc.org/events. I myself actually write an article for one of the specialty publications
yeah.
for TC Palm,
Mhm.
and talk about wanting to focus on positive press. I know that for their
Mm.
actual editorials, you have to be able to write about the news, but they're special niche publications. I just love, like, you got the Luminaries on Mondays, you have the Your News Weekly on Wednesday, which is the one I write for up in Vero Beach, but it's just so great that they want to highlight the good deeds that community players have.
Absolutely. I think we have so much negative news,
It
and they
happens.
have hard jobs. I would never want to be a journalist.
No.
I couldn't do it.
Having a
where's-
radio show, I get to pick my guests.
Yeah,
I get to
isn't
dictate
That's
these
a
things.
luxury, you
Yeah.
know, and I think they do a nice job of balancing it out.
Certainly do.
Introducing different opinions and kind of they welcome hearing from the local public.
They sure do.
They want to
And
know
they make
what.
it a platform that's easy to access.
Absolutely, they do a
Mhm.
really nice job for sure.
And I mean, while we're talking about them, if you go to tcpalm.com and you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you can always submit your own positive news too.
That's true.
If
Yeah.
you have something that you just think is outstanding, whether it's from your community or from your church, from your organization, doesn't matter. Write it up, take a picture, put it in. You never know, you might be in print. What a bonus.
Yeah, I agree. I forgot about that. You
Yeah.
easily do that on their website.
I like positive stuff. I love sharing that.
Yeah.
And then you got another event on April 30th.
Yes, at the Elliott Museum, which is one of my favorite little hidden treasures here on the Treasure Coast. They have a new CEO.
Oh, exciting.
And they are doing some really great work. It's a beautiful museum. If you're into cars, they have this really awesome vintage collection of cars, and they have this
Ooh.
really neat elevator lift system that rotates the cars out, and that you
As
can
it
see.
should be.
It's really, really neat. You gotta see it. My father was visiting from Texas, and I hadn't seen him in a couple years, and I'm like, what am I going to do with my dad? What is he into? And he loves cars and motorcycles. So I took him to the Elliott Museum. He didn't want to leave.
Really?
He didn't want to leave. He loved it so much.
How cool. Way to use your local partners.
Absolutely.
And
then we
it
went
was fully air conditioned.
absolutely
So smart.
And we were actually fortunate to have beautiful weather that weekend he came, but it's always nice to be indoors. And
Right. Think July.
yeah, right, August. And then we went right across the street to the Florida Oceanographic Society. So I just got off topic, but yes, April 30th, we have an after hours at the Elliott Museum, and we're really looking forward to being there because we've been working on trying to schedule an event with them for years, and
Now it's
finally worked out.
happening.
Yeah, and for the Humane Society, we actually hosted our gala there a couple years back. This was just before my time, a couple years, and it was awesome. People still talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Gonna have to do that again. Round
Yeah.
2.
Mhm.
When is that gala?
Our gala is always for the Humane Society.
Yeah.
It's always in February.
Okay, so it
It's-
just passed.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
just had it, and it was a record-breaking year for us for our gala, not only by the amount of attendance, but our sponsorships and our cash shout out, funds raised overall.
Aw.
It was a huge night for our animals in need. And so, yeah, and Stryker Electric and Air was our presenting sponsor, followed by Carl's Buick GMC. They have been tremendous supporters. Actually, Karen Eccleston, she is the wife of the owner of Stryker Electric. And she has been a longtime pet therapy volunteer for the Humane Society. So she already had a connection with our organization, but I did not expect them to come forward with the gift that they gave to our organization.
That's
and we're
incredible.
forever grateful for them and for her service.
And again, you
So-
never know where volunteering will lead your heart. As a matter of
Absolutely.
fact, you have an open house in just a couple of days, a volunteer open house.
Yes. On Friday, April 12th, anytime between 10 and 5, people are more than welcome to stop by. Our doors are always open in general, but to really get a hands-on experience with our animals and in our different departments, because I hear a lot of times that there's so many animal lovers. We're very fortunate that there's a lot of animal lovers in our community.
This is
How-
a valid statement.
However, a lot of them get very emotional when they come into the shelter. And my shelter's a lot different than other shelters. The Humane Society of the Treasure Coast, we have a beautiful facility, and it's only about to get better. But we have such a great environment for our animals, and that they're so well cared for, and they're so loved, and they get a lot of attention and a lot of activity. But for people, it's still an emotional thing for them to see animals in their cages or their runs, or and they feel for them. And so we have a lot of other departments where you don't even come to the shelter if you don't have to, if you don't want to.
Oh.
So there's other opportunities. There's our thrift stores.
Let's talk about where those are.
Okay, so we have 2 operating thrift stores currently, both in Stewart. One is north on US 1 by the Restore,
Oh, uh-huh.
and just kind of in the Target area. And then we
Sure.
have one further south on US 1 in Stewart, just down from Carl's Buick, in that area, across the street from Your Pie and Metro Diner.
Uh-huh.
It's actually directly next to the House of Hope thrift store as well. So that's a nice
You can spend a
shoppers.
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, shoppers come back
thrifting
and
it up
forth
for a good
Mhm.
cause.
Yeah, for sure. So we're it's surprising. Our thrift stores provide a third of our revenue for the shelter.
That's tremendous. And is it also big pieces, or is it just accessories?
Oh no,
and-
it's furniture, which is our biggest return, obviously, on
Certainly.
investment. So when people donate their gently used furniture, it means a lot.
And do y'all provide pickup?
we certainly do. Yeah,
Make it easy for the donation.
absolutely.
You know, as White Glove Moving and Storage, we're oftentimes coordinating
Mhm.
with various thrift stores and nonprofits
Yeah.
so that we can make it seamless for the homeowner that's trying to get everything done in one fell swoop.
Absolutely.
It can be done, and it will be done. If there's a will,
Yes.
there's a way. And if for some reason the trucks are booked, White Glove just stacks the truck appropriately so
Mhm.
that perhaps that's our first stop. We
right.
get rid of all the
Get
donated items.
strategic with it.
Yeah, and then off we go to the fabulous new space, which is
Yeah.
always really exciting. And it's a
Yeah.
great way to give.
It really is.
And to know that a third of your income comes from these,
Isn't
I
that
mean,
crazy?
it's a great call to action where maybe adopting a pet or writing a big check isn't something that can happen for you, but hey, you're getting some fresh
Absolutely.
furniture
Yeah.
or bedding, or you name it. Like, if it's in good condition,
Mhm.
it will make $1 for the
Absolutely.
cause.
Absolutely. It means
Yeah.
a lot for sure. And we have everything from, estate pieces that have been left to us, and someone's, estate planning on their
Right.
will. And so we benefit in all kinds of different areas for the thrift stores.
Yeah,
It's
families can be very passionate about where they want
Absolutely.
things donated, and it's important to adhere to those things. And then you all provide 2 thrift store outlets for it.
Yeah.
Now, which one would you like? The one in North or South County?
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a huge part of our operation as well. And it's they are disconnected from us in a little bit because they are their own operating, their own entities, but they are very much connected to our organization. So when a lot of people think about donating or getting rid of some of their items, their home, their items in their home, they often think of a Goodwill or a Salvation Army,
Sure.
and they don't even think about, the Humane Society. But we have
But now with the
2.
broadcast like
Exactly.
this, things are a-changing, Candace.
Yes, thank you for that.
Things are a-changing.
Thank you.
It is important for them to know about these other outlets because they
Mhm.
can be causes that really speak to the heart. And,
Mhm.
and you were going to get rid of it anyhow.
Exactly.
So why not allocate it appropriately? And I think that makes a lot of sense. Now,
Exactly.
putting your YPMC hat back on, have you ever hosted an event at the Humane Society?
I have actually. Yeah, that was actually one of my first events coming into my role with YP was as executive director. That was my first event that I planned. It was a coffee event at our shelter in Palm City, and I had an overwhelming attendance.
That's
so yeah, it
excellent.
was really special, and I hope to do one again soon in the future. Right now, because we're under construction, we don't kind of know. We're not
Perhaps
sure where we're going to
afterwards.
be.
Yeah.
I thought about maybe doing a hard hat after hours or something,
Cute.
So it just depends on the timing of everything.
I won't
but
get the bouffant hair on that. Day, 'cause that
yeah,
doesn't
that's not going to
coordinate
go well
well
with the hat,
with
and
the
I'd
hard
hate
hat.
to, I hate to
Mhm.
ruin your beautiful hair. So, yeah, it's but that's definitely something in the works for sure.
Now, a lot of our listeners are going to say, my kid is coming home from college here in a
Mm.
couple of months. Maybe this will be a great outlet for them to be able
Absolutely.
to experience the organization. One more time with the website, please.
HSTC1.org for the Humane Society, but for young professionals, it's going to be YPMC.org.
Okay. And just for quick reference, what aside from a couple of the mixers, what are the other staple events that YP hosts?
So our summer bash is always a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm making notes.
That's going to be, I believe, on July 27th. And that's going to be at the Florida Oceanographic Society. We had it there last year, and it's also a little fundraiser for them. And it's an open bar, buffet, music. We do a nice little silent auction. There's games. It's a lot of fun. And then our futures luncheon, which is going to be in November, you'll have to check back on the website for that. But that is where we have a panel of speakers that kind of talk about the future of Martin County and how that's going to affect our young people.
Oh,
so
that's powerful.
Yeah, it's really wonderful.
So again, we had Candace in the studio, Candace Callahan, Connect, Serve, Educate. She's the executive director of the YPMC, Young Professionals of Martin County, as well as the corporate gifts officer for the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast. Thank you for being on the broadcast. Remember,
Thank you, White Glove.
Yes, absolutely. White Glove Moving, Storage, and Delivery at your service to help with all the heavy lifting. I'm Anna Valencia Tillery. Until next week, cheers.